Hello everyone. So today we have one of the biggest topic which is project scope management. The term scope means area of coverage. What is included in project and what is not included in project. Whether we have users, whether we have concepts, whether we have technologies, everything comes under learning outcomes. We need to look about the importance of good scope management, discuss some methods for collecting and documenting requirements, explain the scope definition process, discuss the process for creating the work breakdowns, explain how important we need to verify scope. So users will be always asking for more and more and more. But if you keep on changing the scope, it will be very difficult to finish the project on time. Understand the importance of controlling the scope. It's very important. We have to control the scope, or else we can't complete it. And some software can help us. Scope refers to all the work involved in creating the product. A deliverable means of a work that we do is a part of the scope and we hand over to the user. So controlling and defining scope is the most important two things for a project. So this is the project scope management process. First of all, we have to collect the requirement for the user, get to know what exactly the user is wanting from us, the features, functions of the product. Defining the scope, we have to review the project charter, requirement documents, organization process. Third, creating the WBS, subdividing the major project deliverables into smaller and more manageable components, verifying the scope, controlling the scope, means controlling changes to project scope throughout the life of project. This is the summary of the project scope management. A requirement where we go to the customer, we ask, okay, what kind of software you want, web based, mobile application. So all the requirements we are just writing down. So a requirement is a condition or maybe a capability that must be met when we complete a process, a system, a service, and also which can be written in the form of a standard specification or a policy or a document. In several IT projects, it's very helpful that we divide it into phases. One is called elicitation, means collection, and that means we need to think is the best option for that kind of person. What else we have? And it's also important to use an iterative approach to refinements. So relatively cost whenever we find a bug in every phase. When we find a bug, we have to detect it. So when we find a defect or a bug in the operation phase, means like when we are actually doing the code, then correcting that also will be very because we have to change all the documents, everything related. So this is some of the methods for collecting the requirements. Interview, focus groups, using group creativity or decision taking techniques, questionnaire survey forms. Previously, we used to print the service form and distribute and fill it. Now, through some online medias, we are going to share the link and with the questionnaire. Observation with the direct or indirect observations. Prototyping is also important because we show sample prototype, ask for feedback, ask for their opinion, and some. So, Genesis Telecommunications Laboratories they accept the software a product planning and innovation management application, which was winner of the Excellence in Product Management 2006 to 8. So they accept help from different insist of consistent, repeatable, and predictable process for new products, and also can define what information comprise and do it. So when we want to write down the requirement, a requirement of the softwares that can be in the form of a text, means a written document, an image or a picture, a diagram, video, any form. The requirement management plan describes how the project requirements will be analyzed, documented, and managed. So, along with the project requirements, we have a matrix called a requirement traceability matrix. The matrix will trace requirement number 1 in software function 1 test in complete. We should be able to trace the requirement in document and in software. So this is the sample traceability matrix. So when we do the defining, where the requirement of documentation, project charter, all these are given inputs, organization asset, process assets, the business process in the organization, project files and lesson learned from other reports. So all the 4 documents are given inputs of project. The content of scope management, we have the brief scope description, project exception criteria, so software we will be accepted if these things are filled, list of deliverables, scope related information, we have boundaries, constraints, limitation, assumptions, all those things we are going to write. Some reference, for example, if you are doing HR software, the HR policy of the organization will be a reference that we have to follow. Like that, all the product specification or corporate policies. Software specifications on functional and specification. So this is a sample project scope. So many people they were like enjoying television shows with participants of 2 days, and they come with $1,000 to update our room in their neighbor house. Since the time and cost was set, now the difficulty is with the scope being flexible. So when we know exactly what we need to do, we have to create a work breakdown structure, which is WBS. In your assignment also, you need to draw a work breakdown structure, means decompose the work into small ones. Decomposing means divided. The work package is the lowest level here. Intranet is the main product, but in the intranet we have website design, homepage design, marketing pages, sales pages. So this is the WBS in 2 ways. Top you have the graphical way and bottom you have tabular or text based. In your assignment, you can decide any of the ways. You don't need to do both. Select any of the ways for your assignment question. So the whole WBS we can convert into Gantt chart with Microsoft Project. So this is the Microsoft Project Gantt chart with process management groups. Now in your assignment, I want everyone to make Gantt chart based on the 5 phases. What are the 5 phases? You can see from this diagram. 1 is initiation, 2 planning, 3 execution, 4 monitor control and closing. So I want all of you to create the Gantt chart by the 5 process management group. So approaches in developing the WBS or work breakdown structure. So how can we develop that? So analogy approach means review work breakdown structure of similar projects. Like in the past you had worked on 2 to 3 years ago, worked on similar projects. Look into those files, read it and get an idea of it. Top down means we start with larger items of the project and then break down to smaller ones. Bottom up approach start with a specified task and roll them up, and mind mapping approaches as discussion we can use to get some idea about the function. So this is a mind map. So the main project is IT upgrade project. So we are going to look about project management side, installation of hardware software required in it. So how are we going to acquire it, buy those hardwares, upgrade the inventory. So all what you come to mind, you link it to the main project and keep on drawing. So once the mind map is completed, then you and your group will have a better understanding of. So this is a WBS generated from a diagram. So work breakdown structures means as well as said decomposing the big task into small tasks. And work breakdown structure dictionary is a document that describes each work breakdown order. Now in the diagram, you can just very briefly painting or maybe doing this coding. But in the work in the WBS dictionary, we write what kind of paint, how many codes, like what kind of coding, like how many keep on writing. So this is a sample dictionary entry. Just for your idea, I have shown you into here. So advice for creating WBS and work breakdown structure. It is unit of work schedule. should appear at any one place in the WBS. The work content of a WBS item is the sum of the WBS item below. WBS item is the responsibility of only one individual, and the WBS must be consistent with the way in which work is actually being performed. And WBS item must be documented. WBS item must also be flexible to accommodate inevitable change. Sometimes some changes we cannot say no, we have to bring. So there are inevitable changes over there. So having a scope baseline. So the approved project scope statement and WBS must have a baseline of the goal, which is based on the scope statement, WBS dictionary, and WBS. So scope creeping is a problem where we keep on changing the requirement every day, adding new functions and make it bigger. That's why, in order to stop the scope creep, it's very important that we verify the scope. Scope creep is the tendency for project scope to get bigger and bigger. So verification, we had to stop the scope creep. We had to ask the stakeholder, get them verified. Controlling the scope. So inputs are here: project management plan, work performance data, requirement documentations. Scope control, we have influence factors that cause scope changes. Output, we have work performance measurements. Organization of process updates, change requests. So the term variance means what actually we planned and what actually we did, actual performance. That shows the differences means the. So best practice for avoiding the scope statement. Keep the scope realistic, don't promise some fantasies. Involve users in project scope management, get the ideas. Use off-the-shelf hardware and software means they already have been tested and improved correct. Follow processes and develop a good project selection process and insist that sponsors are from the user organization. Have users on project team. Have regular meetings with agendas. Deliver something for users, sponsors on regular. Keep them updated once a day or weekly. Give project updates to them. Don't promise to deliver when you can't. And develop and follow a requirement management process. Use the techniques such as prototyping, use case modeling, and JID to get more user involvement. Put requirements in writing and keep them current. Create a requirements management database for document control. Provide adequate testing, review changes, and emphasize completion dates. And some softwares like Microsoft Word can be used to write documents. Spreadsheet is be used to do financial calculations. Communication softwares like email can be used. Or today we have social media apps like Telegram or Viber. So we Microsoft project for drawing this project Gantt. So that's about the scope statement. Mainly the process is collect the requirements, define the scope, create a work program structure, verify from the stakeholder is this what exactly we need, do the scope get verified, and keep controlling the scope.